I heard that this fella talks too much. They say he's another Muhammad Ali. Now, Clough, I've had enough.
If you haven't heard of Michael Sheen's new movie, you must have been living under a rock. The Queen and Frost Nixon star has done it again. He's nailed another iconic character, this time football legend Brian Clough.
Oh, you are a disgrace! For missing the target from there, you want blooming shooting! Now get in there! That's what I pay you for!
I've done a lot of films now and I've played a lot of famous people, but I have never felt the pressure that I felt, doing this. There are people who maybe wouldn't be that interested in stuff that I've done before who come up to me and go, I'm really looking forward to the Damned United. I'm really, and people within football as well. And it's a lot of pressure because people are passionate about Clough.
And that's where you'd still flaming be if it wasn't for me. At the foot of the blooming second division. Nobody remembers.
The Damned United is the story of football hero Brian Clough's 44 days in charge of Leeds United in 1974. For the non-footy fans among us, Clough was one of the country's most outspoken and successful managers. Nicknamed Old Big Ed, he was almost as famous for his banter and one-liners as he was for his performance as a gaffer.
I became aware of Clough more as a personality than I did as a manager. I think it was a while before I realised he was a football manager. You'd see Mike Yarwood doing impersonations of him, maybe see him being interviewed on Parkinson, and then see him on Match of the Day, and that would be a Saturday night's TV viewing. And so he was sort of a larger-than-life character and kind of burst through the screen.
Well, we're very different people, Don and I. We have different styles in football and in life. I'm a warm man.
As well as capturing some of his training ground speeches, the film recreates the famous interview he gave on the night he was fired alongside Don Revie, the manager he'd replaced.
Clough had just been sacked by Leeds that day. He was not in a great frame of mind. He wasn't, he was all over the place, and he had, he was asked whether he'd come into the TV studios to do the interview, and he turns up and they've brought Revie to sit there with him. The man who, supposedly he hadn't been able to emulate, he hadn't been able to do what he set out to do, and had said very bad things about, and there he was with him at his most vulnerable. It's an amazing TV. Watching the actual footage is really moving and awful.
Not into football? Me neither by choice, but The Damned United isn't just a film about centre-backs, away kits and the offside rule. It's as entertaining as Clough himself, and for those who remember, he was one hell of an entertaining guy.
2 peas in a blooming pod. Right, you saw that? That's the way you do it.